Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Raul Melendez, and this is MPA580 Legal and Ethical Issues in the Public Sector. This presentation serves as an introduction and overview to our agency's ethics training. This training is designed for employees of a public managed care organization that provides healthcare services and care coordination for Medicaid populations. As a department head, my role involves in overseeing care coordination, supporting compliance, and promoting ethical decision making in patient-centered service delivery. This introduction will cover the purpose of ethics training, the importance of ethics in public service, key ethical foundations, external accountability measures, the role of code of ethics, and professional standards. Also, applying a practical scenario to apply these concepts and conclude with closing remarks. As part of this training, it is important to understand why ethics matter in our organization. We serve vulnerable population and operate with public resources, which requires a high level of accountability and responsibility. Ethical behavior ensures patient safety, supports quality care, and promotes transparency in how services are delivered. It also protects patient information, which is both an ethical responsibility and a legal requirement in healthcare organizations. In addition, ethical practices uh, help ensure fairness in access to care, prevent misuse of public resources, and strengthen trust between the organization and the community we serve. Without strong ethical standards, there is a high risk of harm to patient, loss of public confidence, and potential legal consequences. Svara explains that ethical conduct is essential to maintaining public trust and ensuring that administrators act in the public interest. This concept is grounded in Svara's discussion of public trust and ethical responsibility, which is then reinforced through accountability and transparency measures discussed in Chapter 9. As part of this training, it is important to provide you with a brief ethical foundation that will guide your work within this organization. While the standard training will go into more detail, this overview is intended to help you understand how ethical principles apply to your role. Duty-based ethics developed by Kant focuses on your responsibility to do what is right, regardless of the outcome. Outcome-based ethics developed by John Stuart Mill emphasizes achieving the greatest good for the greater number, which is especially important when your decisions affect large patient populations. Justice theory, developed by John Rawls, focuses on fairness and equitable access to services, which is critical when working with vulnerable populations in healthcare. These frameworks are important because they give you practical tools to evaluate situations you may encounter in your daily work. In your role within this organization, you may need to balance competing priorities such as efficiency, organizational expectation, and patient needs. Using these approaches helps ensure your decisions are not only effective but also fair, consistent, and ethically appropriate. As Svara explains, ethical decision making in public service requires integrating these principles with accountability and responsibility to the public. This introduction is designed to prepare you to apply these ethical frameworks as you move into full training. According to Svara, ethics laws and oversight systems are designed to ensure accountability from outside the organization. In this training, it is important to understand how these requirements apply to your role within this organization. These systems promote transparency and help detect fraud, waste, and abuse, ensure responsible use of public resources. As staff, you are expected to follow these requirements and support accountability in your daily work. Zvara explains that ethics laws focus on preventing misconduct, but do not always promote ethical excellence. In this training, it is important to recognize that compliance alone is not enough in your role. Within this organization, we rely on internal values, leadership, and ongoing training to build a strong ethical culture. As staff, you are expected to go beyond following rules and apply ethical judgment in your daily responsibility. A code of ethics provides a broader framework than laws alone. Svara emphasizes the importance of ethical codes in guiding behavior. Professional standards such as the American Society for Public Administration Code of Ethics helps reinforce accountability, fairness, and transparency in public service. In this training, these standards are intended to guide your decisions and actions within this organization. As staff, you are expected to apply these principles when working with patients and making decisions in your role. As part of this training, consider a scenario where delays in care coordination or incomplete documentation affect service delivery. There may also be risks related to patient confidentiality. You may feel pressured to overlook these issues to maintain workflow efficiency within this organization. This creates a conflict between organizational expectation and your ethical responsibility to patients and the public. In this training, you are expected to recognize these situations and respond appropriately. In your role, you are expected to follow reporting procedures, prioritizing patient safety, and protect confidentiality. This training is designed to help you apply ethical framework in real situations you may encounter. Svara and Svara emphasizes the importance of transparency and accountability, and as staff, you are responsible for upholding these standards. Ethical leadership within this organization requires taking appropriate action, even when it is difficult. These references support the ethical frameworks, principles, and professional standards introduced in this training. And to conclude this training, this overview provides a foundation for ethical decision making in your role within this organization. Ethics guide your daily actions, support patient safety, and maintain public trust. As staff, you are expected to apply these principles consistently and uphold accountability in your work. This introduction is designed to prepare you for the full ethics training, where these concepts will be explored in greater detail. Thank you so much for watching this presentation.